Hi Internet, this is January's hobbies and interests update. What I'm going to start with is chocolate. So I've really been interested in trying various chocolate and just eating chocolate every day. Now this is a switch up, so I know food isn't particularly a hobby or an interest. Um, but I've been interested in trying different types of chocolate. It brings me joy. I try to follow portion control guidelines, but yeah, trying unique chocolate is what I'm getting at. So if I see chocolate, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna collect it. So I've been collecting chocolate essentially. I don't know when I'm gonna eat this, but it's such a unique product that, yeah, I can't wait to try it. Another indulgence of mine has been navigating old or perfumes or cosmetics that I've enjoyed in the past. So for some reason, I've been really interested in collecting things that I used to love that I either finished up or got rid of years ago. So this is Victor Rolf's Bonbon. For some reason, I'm really interested in gourmands in the winter time. I think a lot of people are, but I don't know what it was, but this popped up in my head recently, and they had it on Walmart's website on sale. And this thing has come with a lot of different surprises. It's a very nostalgic scent for me, and I've been interested in combining this with scents that I currently have in my perfume collection. And what's really exciting is that I've also been getting into wallflowers. So I told myself that I wasn't going to get wallflowers anymore because we have a cat. But in my office, she is not allowed. So I thought, you know what, let me get back into this. I really love aromas and especially seasonal ones. I think this is balsam. So this is like maybe Christmas tree, pine tree vibes walking through a forest. It's a really, really loved scent. I usually have this on the highest intensity. Now I could have gone for more, how do you say? More pretty wallflowers, something more ornate. I'm usually, when I do buy something, I try to buy something that, you know, looks pretty or special. But I kind of just want something simple for this one. I feel like if I start collecting wallflowers, I'm gonna have a whole bunch, and I can only really use one at a time because my office is so small. So now the reason I bring this up is because I only spray perfume in my office. I do not spray perfume in other places of the home because I don't want my cat to smell what I'm spraying. Cats tend to have more allergies, and I just, you know, I don't want to hurt my cat. So I pretty much doused myself in this in my office, and I just sat there while this was plugged in. And I returned, so I left the room and I returned like after a couple of hours, and the room smelled absolutely delightful. The combination of a wallflower, balsam, and bonbon by Victor and Rolf, wow. This room smelled incredible for like maybe 6 or 7 hours. It was pretty awesome. So it's really interesting to see how these wallflower plugins combine with my perfume. So this is a really cool combination. I don't know if they produce this anymore. I don't know how old this bottle is, but this is definitely a very special scent. It's one of the first perfume bottles I ever bought for myself when I was much younger, and I decided to rebuy it basically a decade later or a decade or more later, and yeah, for like a significantly reduced price because I guess it's an older perfume, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've really been getting into perfumes, or just like aromatherapy and different scents. Now, although I don't spray perfume in other places of the home, I do use solid perfumes. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring one of my current perfumes that are solid that I'm wearing. One moment. Okay. So here is the current solid perfume that I'm wearing. This, I only use it really either as a layering piece, so it is very creamy. This is the Very Sexy Scarlet Solid Perfume. It smells absolutely amazing. I bought this like a month or a month and a half ago. And let me see if I can open it with these nails. Yes, okay. So this is the scent. It is very strong, really nice. I usually put this on my wrists. It melts really nicely too. And it has substantial weight. This is one of my like recent things. Alexa, stop. So this is one of my recent additions to my perfume collection. This is the second solid perfume I've ever purchased. The other one I have is Lush's Rose perfume, which smells pretty good as well. But yeah, anyway, so this is one of the coolest products I've ever bought from Victoria's Secret. One of the most interesting perfumes. Again, substantial weight. The packaging is beautiful. It can slip in your back pocket. You know, if you're around people who have like, you know, they have very sensitive noses or whatever, you can just use this instead of spraying. But anyway, so I've really been into solid perfume. So I did make a recent purchase. And I decided to buy the other ones in the collection of solid perfumes. Now, I didn't know that Victoria's Secret made solid perfumes until I had bought this one. So I did open these up, but I put these back in there. So let me go ahead and just open it up again and show you what the inside looks like. So this is Very Sexy Night. It's like a very dark plum color. And this one Now, the reason I put them back in their packaging is because I don't want them to get lost. And the reason I took them out in the first place is to make sure they weren't tampered with. After I bought them, I wanted to make sure. So, all right, so this one. Now, I don't have the notes, and I could technically read the back, so, but I am not going to do that. This is not a perfume review channel. This is just a digital diary where I just talk about whatever I want to talk about. But yeah, so this is Very Sexy. I guess this is the first one. But yeah, it's a darker red. It's almost like a burgundy color. But yeah, I've really been interested in solid perfumes, and this is maybe a growing collection. We'll see. I feel like 3 is enough to last me probably the rest of the year, if not the next couple of months. These are wonderful wintry scents. They remind me of, I don't know what it is. It's like a winter berry scent. I don't know if those berries have scents, but this is the vibe that I get from these. So not only have I been into gourmands, but I've been into these really rich, deep scents. So I'll just throw out the notes really quickly. Black plum, moonlit iris, suede woods, and pink pepper, mimosa flower, rich orchid. Yeah, so it's just like a really deep scent. I don't know how else to describe it. Again, this is not a perfume channel. This is just me talking about things that have gotten me, yeah, excited through the winter. So let me see. I've also been interested in travel sprays. So I did buy everything on sale. Everything was reduced heavily, and I also had a $40 gift card. So, and Beauty was on sale for buy two, get two free. So I picked up the Cream Cloud Teas. If you know, you know. I didn't want to buy a full-size bottle because I feel like I already have enough full-size bottles in my collection. I want to be careful with how much glass bottles I have. I'm kind of clumsy, and also I don't have space for glass bottles. I usually keep those on the bottom shelf and the plastic spray ones on top. But yeah, anyway, so decided to get 2 of these. I wanted to get the sugary one, the sugar floor, but didn't have it in the travel spray. And then I picked up Dream Angel, and this is Bombshell Glamour. And when I was at the register, the cashier asked me where I got this. She's like, these are really hard to find. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. But yeah, these are 2 kind of experimental sprays. But yeah, it was buy 2, get 2 free. Again, I had a gift card, so I thought I would just get those. And then, like I mentioned, I don't really have space for glass bottles. So I ended up getting these plastic ones instead. I can spray these generously. It does look like somebody's sprayed out of this one, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. The line was so long, I just wanted to get the heck out of there. So I just grabbed the things I needed. But so these are $25, but obviously, again, buy 2, get 2 free. So I ended up getting these and the 2 solid perfumes to take advantage of that bargain. But yeah, Sugar Floor, it's very, very sweet, and Cream Cloud. I do have the teas, the regular teas perfume bottles. I have 2 of those because it's one of my favorite scents. It's a very nostalgic scent. I think that was officially the first bottle of perfume I ever bought when I was a teenager. So it's nostalgic. I always like to have a backup around. And I'm not quite sure, or I'm not quite ready to buy the glass or the actual perfume versions, or like the fine perfumes just yet. I want to spend some more time with them. I'm very selective when it comes to the full-size bottles. Not only are they pricey, but also I want to take care of the bottles, and I want to be able, yeah, I take a lot of pride in my glass bottle perfumes, so I want to make sure it's worthy enough to be part of that collection. So yeah, so very excited about these. These are going to go in the top shelf, which I have space for because they're plastic, and if they fall, they won't break. So it'll work out. So yeah, so perfume has been a big part of this month. As you can see, I purchased a lot of little collectibles and things like that. Now in December, I did have this urge to buy birthday cake, or more gourmands, basically like sweets, bakery things. This is a sanitizer holder with the Milk birthday cake sanitizer spray. I have multiples of the spray, and I'm going to show you the Milk collection. So I bought all of the minis. So these are plastic, so they sit at the top. I didn't want to buy the full-size bottles because these tend to last me a long time. I also use these as like layers or layering pieces for, or layering perfumes for more maybe bitter scents. Like I have some perfumes that are a little bit more bitter. So this is one way to soften them up and add some complexity to the scent. So I do spray cheaper stuff with my more expensive perfumes. But yeah, this milk line is incredible. I actually have the matching pocket backs as well for these. Amazing. Now the only lotion that I have is the birthday cake one because that's the one that I really love the most. And then second would be the pretzel cookie. I get a lot of compliments on this one. And I've already used so much of this. It's probably like halfway done in like a matter of weeks. I do sometimes pack this in my coat pocket or purse, whatever. So we'll see if for some reason I see this again in stores. I'm gonna buy the full-size bottle, but we'll see. I'm very selective about full-size bottles and you know, just getting more expensive versions of things that I can get for cheap or for a lower price, just because I don't know 100% know if I want it to be a long-term collection item. So yeah, another thing I've been into is makeup. So I've been going back to old makeup application styles and things like that. So I don't wear foundation, but I still like to use a little bit of bronzer on my nose, on my forehead, you know, at the top of my cheeks. So I don't know if I want to buy the more expensive version of this, if I want to buy the cream versions, you know, the different bronzers out there. There's so many products out there. So I'm spending a little bit of time with a very cheap, like the cheapest thing I could find at a local dollar store. So I bought this for like a couple of dollars and this damaged brush for a couple of dollars as well. So I've really been enjoying this kind of application process. You know, even if it's like cheap products or whatever, I've been experimenting is what I mean to say. That's been my interest. And I've also been going back to lip products and like pinky, glittery, you know, slightly frosted things. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot of girly stuff basically. Ballerina shoes is the name of this. This was bought, I think, at a Walgreens. So I don't want to buy expensive versions of things until I'm 100% sure that I enjoy the application, it's sustainable for me, and things like that. Another thing I've been interested in, now I don't have the book in front of me, but I have been interested in Scrabble. So Scrabble has been something that I have been kind of obsessed with since December, and it's become like a daily thing for me. I play Scrabble every day online. I actually purchased a board. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm gonna practice on that. But yeah, it's been kind of a thing for me. Oh, I've also been wearing jewelry again. So really like self-care stuff, you know, makeup, whatever, just like feminine things have been a bigger part of my life for the beginning of the year. And I'm very happy about that because there are a lot of times I don't take the time or energy to do nice things for myself. So I'm glad I've been doing that. I've also been getting into skincare. So I picked these up at TJ Maxx. They were $7.99, and I I usually like to use snail serum before makeup application, so I kind of use it like a primer for whatever I'm about to put on my skin, and it makes my skin really dewy. And this I try to use before bed. As you can see, you know, there's been some dents. I do use these almost daily, so I use this one, you know, after I wash my face. And it's not high quality stuff, but again, I don't want to buy expensive versions of things until I'm 100% sure. So again, this is experimental, but yeah, I've been using this stuff a lot, and I think this is a Korean beauty brand. So yeah, strange products, but I'm glad I bought them. So the vitamin C serum, it reminds me of the vitamin C face masks I used to use in my 20s, and I like the way they make my skin feel, and I like the way the vitamin C smells. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like I know it's doing something for my skin. Like I feel good when I use vitamin C on my skin. I'm gonna see how I feel throughout the year, if this is something I want to get like better versions of, or you know, once I run out, of course. Or maybe I just use half the bottle. I'm like, you know what, I want something a little higher quality, then I'll go that route. But I need to make sure it can be a part of my routine. Another thing I've been doing is improving my nighttime routine. So I recently discovered that sometimes I'm cranky during the day because I don't get enough sleep. So that's kind of obvious, but I've been developing a nighttime routine. So like I mentioned, I have been playing a lot of Scrabble in the last month and a half or so, and I would like to do activities before bed that are a little slower, that make me feel sleepy. So what I do when I play Scrabble is I take notes on words that I want the definition of, and right before bed I'll take out my Scrabble dictionary, a notebook, and I'll just write down, I'll look for the definitions, and for some reason it helps me sleep. So so instead of doing high and like intense activities like video games or watching movies or scrolling or whatever, I now try to use books. Again, I don't have them in front of me. They're, I think, in a different room. So yeah, so that's what I've been interested in. Let's see. I guess I can start talking about things that I'm not doing as much. So I've taken a little break from fitness. My energy levels have been kind of low, and that's something I'm going to navigate shortly. But my fitness has taken a step back, my fitness levels. I do still exercise. Like if I feel energetic, or if, you know, if I have, yeah, if the moment strikes and I feel like I have a lot of energy, I'll try to channel it with my weights, or, you know, with playing a virtual reality game that keeps me active, or jump rope, whatever, just activities that are physical. I'll try to burn off the energy that way, but my energy has been low. I think that's kind of normal for winter time. It's kind of hard for me to exercise right now, but I still do it. I just not as much, you know, and I'm trying to think what else I've taken a step back from. I still play video games from time to time, mainly League of Legends. But yeah, oh, one more thing. So this is a new jewelry holder. Now I mentioned this because I have been really interested in reorganizing my office in different ways that are beautiful and fun, and kind of just researching unique ways to make my space look better. More comfortable, more cozy, more comforting. Winter is kind of a hard time for me, and the lack of sunlight and things like that. So I want to make my offices, as eye candy as possible, if that even makes sense. So I have been researching design and interior design, things like that, to see what I can do to make the room more cozy. It is a productivity room, but I also want it to have a cozy element for moments when I just want to retreat to a corner and meditate or rest my eyes or maybe read a book, whatever. Yeah, so that's that is a summary of all of the things that I have been kind of interested in, hobbies, I guess perfume and makeup. I would consider them hobbies. Yes, a lot of this is, collectible stuff. Like I'm just collecting or buying things, but I'm very selective about the things that I buy. I don't just buy something because it's on sale. It's really important for me to keep experimenting and playing with different scents. And yeah, just enjoying what makes me enjoy life, okay? So that's what I've really been into for the last month or so, and I hope to cut back on spending. It's hard when I am kind of a collector. It's hard to just be like, no, I'm not gonna buy this or whatever, because I bought too many things last month or whatever. But I do see myself slipping a little bit and I want to take a break from collecting perfumes for at least maybe, I'm gonna aim for 6 months. It's hard because there are new things coming out in February, like Valentine's Day scents, rosy, romantic scents, and it's gonna be hard not to be pulled into those things. I'm just gonna be honest. But I do want to cut back just because I feel like even if these things are more, what's the word? More accessible, like these are items that are reasonably priced and severely reduced in price, and I somehow managed to get coupons and things like that. I don't want to be a hoarder, but this is what's been keeping me excited about things, and I'm going to keep playing with all of the scents that I have, and I'm really looking forward to combining my current scents with these like gourmands and sweet scents, like sugar floor, and yeah, just like combining. I love combining things and customizing things. That's one thing I've noticed about myself. That's what drew me to crafting. And what I really enjoy about this stuff is that it doesn't take a lot of time. It does not take a lot of time. Like when I experiment with perfume, it's moments when I'm going to apply perfume anyway. So I'll just like mix different things and I'll remember that combo. If I really like it, it's easy to remember. So it's not like I'm sitting down for hours and hours and hours and hours making something, right? Yeah, so I'm still doing what I need to do in my free time. I still try my best to exercise. But yeah, anyway, so these are very low effort hobbies that don't take a lot of energy, don't take a lot of time, and frankly, they don't take a lot of finances either. It's a one and done thing. Like the most time I've ever spent on makeup and perfume at any given time is probably making a video talking about my interests and hobbies, like this 30-minute video. So I'm gonna cap it here. thank you for watching. If you're interested in the things I'm interested in, please leave me a comment, and I'll see you next month. Bye.